Hello, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, yeah, watch out, that's my truck.
Brad, could I interest you in a truck today?
Oh God, this is a nice truck.
I guess it's yours already. What we're going to show you is just a couple things today, very quick. Show you how the proper way to get things out of a truck, out of the back of the bed of the truck, without hurting yourself, without hurting your back, or if you have a back that's hurt already, and also how to get things out of a trunk if you have a hurt back or you're trying to prevent your back from getting hurt.
Right.
Is that about it, Brad?
Yeah, that's plenty, Bob. Okay, next. This truck is a lovely truck, and I worked with it, had it for 6 years now, and there's some things you should and some things you should really avoid when you're working out of the back end of a truck. Here we just have a sleeping bag, being an avid camper. That one item is not real heavy, but I'm still going to use good body mechanics. If I'm going to put it back in here, one thing I'm going to avoid is lift it off and out, especially if there's some more weight, something heavier than this. So take the time to open that gate up, slide it up to you, and bring it in here if you got something 40, 50 pounds, especially some water softener. I've done a lot of this trick, that the salt for your water softener, I always slide it out here and lift it out like that.
The big thing we're trying to avoid is putting your back in that rounded out position.
Right.
So whenever you have your back in that slumped, slouched, rounded position, it's really at a high risk for getting hurt.
Absolutely.
So what happens when you go like this? I'm rounding out. And so you really want to take the extra time to open the door and pull things out.
Absolutely.
So do you want to show a trunk?
Sure.
Trunk?
Yep. Now this truck I really like a lot because if I have an object that's up in here and I'm going to get my back in that position I shouldn't be, there isn't a lot of vehicles that do this, but Honda Ridgeline really came up with a nice idea. And you can go like this, just in another foot and a half or so, and then slide that object up without getting all bent over and stressing your back. Now the other thing nice about this vehicle, this is kind of a Honda commercial, So it's guys at Honda keep me in mind, Here we go. They got a trunk built into this. It's a really nice option. That's where I keep my sleeping bag. It's sealed so the water doesn't get in there. But to get things out of this trunk, we can get in here.
Nancy, you want to come over closer, man?
Yeah, zoom right in. Get up, comfortable. And this is obviously the wrong way to do it. I've got 4 sleeping bags in here, and if I'm going to bend over 4 times like this, what do you say, Bob?
Well, you're going to get hurt. But the other thing he's doing, he's bending, he's also twisting a little bit, which is the worst thing you can do. You always want to get as close to the object as you can, so one thing you can do is actually put his knee up there.
Yeah, this actually has 2 different levels. So if I get my knee up there, try and keep my back straight.
Little arch in the back even.
And take my time with it, get it up close to the body, and then carry it.
If it's something light that you can grab with one hand, it's also good to often just put your hand and support your back like this. This takes a lot of stress off your back, and now you can reach down and pull it out.
Yeah.
If it's a real heavy thing like a cooler, which is what a lot of people put in the back.
Yeah, you put a case of a beer in a cooler.
Funny that you would say that, being from Wisconsin.
Well, we've got to keep things in line here.
Okay, well, anyway, let's say it is a cooler. You're going to want to get in good position here, get as close as you can. Maybe put a knee up. Look at I'm arching my back.
Here.
Get as close as I can to the object. Pulling it close to me and pulling it out like that. Don't be rounding out with your legs straight and pulling it out. You're definitely gonna. I mean, it's one way I hurt my back one time.
And if you're in a big hurry because you're thirsty, you're gonna grab that cooler, give it a jerk. That is really gonna put you at risk. So
Well, what often happens too is, when are you often pulling that cooler out of the cars or vehicles after you've been having a long drive?
You've been sitting for an hour and a half.
So your back is already susceptible to getting hurt, and then you go and pull a cooler out.
Getting thirsty.
Yeah. So,
exactly.
Anything else you want to point out about?
No, I think that pretty much covers it, Bob.
We can fix just about anything, Brad, can't we?
Anything except for a broken heart, but we're thinking about changing that.
Yeah, we're going to try to work on that. Be good.